I'm Crash, and that is Yoshi. It's our little booth. He built us a nice little booth. We have also done some painting.
Just a little.
A little bit. Today, the flushing. Gotta love the flushing. I didn't hear yours flush. Did you flush? I'm gonna check. Okay, it's clean. Oof, lucky you. Today we're gonna be talking about this guy. Our miner. No, we didn't build this on camera. Let me explain. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the miner. We were also short on materials. We didn't have a lot of scrap metal. Yeah, surprise, surprise. We didn't have a lot of scrap metal. We knew we needed scrap metal. We knew we needed... Let's see, scrap metal for multiple reasons, right, Yoshi? We needed scrap metal for real metal.
Mm-hmm.
We needed scrap metal for the body. We were super short on circuit boards. Super short on circuit boards. So what do we have here? We'll actually put a build list in the description. So, of course, we made our bot. We've got one resource collector. We've got 2 drill heads, 2 engines. Nothing is crap here, maybe except for the scrap metal. And we've got 1 large container. Good wheels. We're not running suspension. We've got 1 fuel tank. We are running suspension on both of the drill heads, and the drill heads are connected to a piston. So how this is set up is... Oh, wrong seat. That's Yoshi's seat.
It's my chair. Get out of there.
So how this is set up is 1, we'll turn on the drills. 2, rotates the bar down 45 degrees. And 3, we'll push the drills out in case we can't get to some of the resource nodes if they're on a hill and I can't get up there. The pistons are leveled slightly. They aren't actually up as far as they can go. Those are easily adjustable. So it's not very hard of a build besides the parts you need. You can see that basically 1 to the engine to the drills, 2 the seat, 2 down here. See our rotation editor. I just have it down to 45 degrees. I did upgrade the controller in case I want to connect this to anything else. So how this is set up is we're up 4 on the arm, out 2, and then right here, see I've got a bearing and a bearing, and I built the bar. That way both bearings are controlling this. I'll maybe control with the weight since drill heads are heavy. We're hoping. We've ran this on 1 small resource node. It worked pretty well.
Like a charm.
Like a charm. Yeah, it actually worked really well. This is close enough, this gap right here, for anything picked up in the resource collector for the refinery bot to start processing. And then I cut out this little hole right here so that the large storage crate can actually collect everything. These drills are... Sorry, I learned to walk. These are running in separate directions. So we're gonna...
Why do you run them in separate directions?
That way I'm pulling some in towards the center, and then...
Oh, it spits it into the thing? The thingamajig?
I always do lots of spit. Toe. So we'll put Yoshi in the front seat. We did some harvesting as well for some fuel, just because we're running 2 engines. Like I said, we're running short on supplies. So these, I have 1 level 2 engine. This is our drive engine, and the reason I leveled it up is so I can actually have 4-wheel drive and have some more speed out of it, since this is actually really heavy. And then our other engine is just a level 1 engine, so it's not very fuel efficient. So we did some grinding for fuel. Loot and Scoot's still good. We had a 3rd seat on the back because we had a guest join us and we were talking about how to start a world. We lost the seat. We had a tape bot incident. We're lucky that that's all that was lost. So we actually have a resource node that is right out here in the back. Let's try not to... Oh, man.
Like we're gonna bonk our
clearance.
heads. Where's the sign?
Where's the sign? You gotta have a sign. We turn the drills on. What, are you just gonna... Oh, man, that drill almost got you. I'll learn to drive. Promise I'll learn to drive. It's been a long day already. Really good grinding already. And then I can press number 2. Start turning these down. Get this node. Start grinding towards the ground here. There we go. See, I'm getting stuck on this guy. Well, let's just get him out of the way. You can see, picking it up with our resource collector. Resource collector is working perfect. And our refinery bot has begun. Everything's working as it should. You can actually clear things out pretty fast. I don't really need to have my drill heads down, but since these are starting to clear out, I'm just going to leave them down for now. This is a great setup if you're out by yourself. Luckily, I have Yoshi out with me. We don't normally run a setup like this, or we haven't normally ran a setup like this, which is why I wanted to do some testing and didn't want to necessarily build it on camera, because I didn't want to get it wrong and look like a dummy. Because Yoshi is normally on the ground doing all the whacking. Yeah, she's usually whacking it. And I usually do all the driving. It's very convenient. The one thing that I was thinking about we could change is... I'll bring the drill heads up and I'll turn this off for a second. One thing we could change is right here. We take this block out. I can replace this block with piston, and then block, and then come up. That would give us the ability on both sides. This arm could then raise up to give us some height on some of those bigger resource nodes. We can raise this up. These would be able to come out and angle down at a 45-degree angle. I may change it to that. I'm not 100% sure. But that's just another option for this build. You would be able to do even more. But this is extremely efficient as it is.
Very, very efficient.
And that way, if Yoshi's doing all of our farming, I can just be like, okay, well, I'm gonna go get us some stone and get us some metal, and we don't have to decide, okay, what do we want to do? Do we want to go, ooh, you're getting attacked? Do we want to go do farming? Oh.
Oh, I see him.
What a little jerk.
Totally.
Because we've done that in the past. We've had to make that decision. Do we want to go farm? Or do we want to go collect resources? And this keeps us from having to make that decision. We can do both of them at the same time.
Like a lawnmower.
Yeah. I'm wondering if, and I don't know, but I'm wondering if we level maybe the controller. If the controller's leveled, Yoshi, I'm not sure if you know this. If the controller's leveled, does it hold the bearings more stable so that this doesn't pop up? I don't remember. I know we've done plenty of controller and bearing work in our other worlds, but I don't honestly remember if that has a bearing on it. Let's see what I did there.
You're so clever.
And just like that, resource node cleared. Oh, except for one. I'm not gonna waste the gas by driving over there. So I mean, we can upgrade it by making that piston here on these bottom pieces. So this whole arm assembly comes up. These have the ability to come out, and we can tilt it down 45 degrees still. We could also widen the body just slightly. Turn the resource collector, keeping it on its side, but turn it so that the front here is long ways, and add another resource collector, and we have two. We could take on those bigger resource nodes in the world without filling this up, waiting for it. So there might be an update to this build. Not 100% sure, but it was a... I can't really say it was a quick little build, because I had thoughts on what we wanted to do with this. The other option that I'm going to be adding is obviously a fourth switch, because we need some lights. A couple of lights here, a couple of lights here, or maybe we'll put them here on this bar. These little outside pieces, since they don't bend. Put a couple of bars or light bars there, because I think the first node that we did just to test this car out was at night, and it was friggin' dark. That's as soon as Yoshi said, "Where's our lights?" Yeah, well, I don't have any lights. Sorry.
Didn't have the parts.
Wasn't a part of the plan, and yeah, we didn't have the parts for it. So, this is the, I want to say first iteration of this. What do you think, Yoshi? There's probably going to be some changes?
I'm sure there'll be some changes. All for the better. The greater good.
All for the greater good.
The greater good.
There's obviously parts that you can sub. You know, make it what you want. Like I said, in the description we'll put the parts list of what I used here. You don't have to use these pipes. We found these pipes. I just think they look better than putting the skinny little ones down. You can substitute those for a block if you want as well.
It's pretty beefy.
Yeah. But there's the one node. We got 400. Oh no, I'm gonna add those up wrong. 400.
That's a lot.
Math's hard.
It is.
Yeah, so we've got 200 and, was that 60, 70, 270 metal and 200 stone, excuse me. Again, things are hard.
Lots of 200s going on.
Lots of 200s going on, yeah. So we've got stone and metal. 200 metal, and we got 270 stone. Just from that one little guy. Didn't take us too long. Didn't use an exorbitant amount of gas here. But yeah, first little iteration of this. Yoshi has her own little seat up there, because of course the wife's going to come with us everywhere. It's stable. And again, sorry we didn't build this on camera. Like I said, we will have the parts list for this in the description. I did have Yoshi write the whole thing down once I got done with the build, but there was too much playing with it going on this morning, and I didn't want to do that on camera.
Oh my gosh.
So, this episode is pretty short. Just wanted to showcase this. If you want to build this yourself, the parts list should make it pretty easy to do. We even have somewhat of the dimensions. Yoshi's got that written down. We'll include that in the list as well. And then the next episode that we're going to do is going to include a trip to the trader, the packing station, and the farmer. Finding a farmer. And
finding a farmer. Yeah, we still have to do that.
We have to find the farmer. We have to capture a farmer. And so that means we need to build a trailer for this.
Yes. Yeah.
So
start working our way to that spud gun.
Oh, I gotta sit in my seat properly. So that's going to be the next episode, is packing station, finding a farmer, putting him in his appropriate trailer, and going to the trailer and turning stuff in so we can start working towards the spud gun and at least get into the bottom of a warehouse and start taking some of that free stuff, like all of that free rusted metal, those free pool blocks that are at the guard shacks, and not risk getting the loot and scoot all shot up just by driving by. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. We'll do what we can. If you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to subscribe, do us that favor, hit subscribe. There's also that notification bell if you want to hit that and see anytime we upload anything new. Until then, keep the shades drawn. Game on. See you next time.
Bye-bye.